unite and meet this together, because one of the things that does come out of these people's revolutions, although, of course, sometimes the military are called off, but even then the military can only go so far, and that is the power of vast numbers of people saying enough. There comes a point where the numbers are so great that there's nothing the system can do about it, and we must keep that in our minds.
We'll be right back.
Where have all the military surplus stores gone? Don't worry, you don't need one, because everything you need at military surplus is at mainemilitary.com. That's M-A-I-N-E military.com, one of the last surviving true military surplus stores in the country. Go online now to mainemilitary.com and discover a source for hard-to-find surplus items at true surplus prices. Surplus gun cleaning kits as low as $2.99. Complete chemical suits as low as $11.99. See our huge selection of gas masks, filters, and accessories. Finish and M10 gas masks are 3 for $30, and Swiss filters are 3 for $12. Searching for Strike Anywhere matches? MainMilitary.com has them, plus a whole new product line of survival and first aid kits and lots more. Get free shipping on orders over $50 only at MainMilitary.com. That's M-A-I-N-E military.com, or call 877-608-0179, 877-608-0179. MainMilitary.com, the main name in military supply.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
We now take you live
to the Central Texas Command Center
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
While David was talking, I bit into a jalapeno. I love them, and then got a little bit of it down in my lung. Boy, I tell you, that'll wake you up. Like drinking 5 cups of coffee. It's our final segment with David. I do want to get to a few phone calls with him, but if you just joined us, David Icke, author, researcher, was getting into the awakening. And one of my biggest frustrations, but at the same time it's exciting because I know how close we are to shifting, the tide against tyranny. I believe it's already changed. But the momentum is now accelerating towards awakening and resistance to the globalist system that is so horrible, that is so destructive towards humanity. And David, you've talked a lot about compartmentalization, how when you were covering Bilderberg Group, and there down at the bottom of the hill was police officers who had children, who were nice guys, you talked to them, and here they were guarding these world leaders who were destroying their future, putting poisons in their water and vaccines, openly writing books about how they're doing it. But it's so horrific that cop either can't or won't look at the evidence because they feel like they're part of the power structure. But as soon as we can explain to the military, to bureaucrats, to the police, to ourselves, you know, if you want to look at who caused the problem, folks, look in the mirror. It's our inaction or our buying into their propaganda that has allowed this. But we are under attack by these globalists. 99.9% of us, 99.9% of us have a stake in defeating the New World Order control grid, and so it shouldn't even be a debate. I shouldn't have to be here pleading people to wake up and get involved. It's common sense, no-brainer once you understand the true agenda. Can you briefly speak to compartmentalization and the real choice we've got?
Yes, because the numbers at the core of this are so small compared with the global population that to control the global population, the inner core has to recruit from the target population to keep the target population in line. It has to fill its uniforms and its dark suit administrators' positions with the target population. And through compartmentalization, through only letting people know as much as they need to know to make their contribution to the whole package without knowing what the whole package is, it means that people with children and grandchildren are going to work all over the world, day after day after day, all their lives, helping to build a prison for themselves and for their children, grandchildren, and families. And that situation in Switzerland, it was just a classic. I was staying with some people in southern Switzerland near the Italian border, and a round robin came round saying the Bilderberg group meeting this year is at so-and-so. And it was on top of a mountain, about 2 hours drive north into Switzerland. And I went the day before, 2 days before, and I saw the people going round, and it was about the 3 very flash hotels. The Palace and the Grand, a couple of them were called, and they were putting the fences up, and all the people in the jackets arranging everything. And then I went back on the last day. Now, instead of going up to the hotels, I was stopped literally a few minutes after I turned off the main highway, right at the bottom of the mountain. I wasn't even allowed near it, and there was these Swiss policemen in orange jackets, and I asked them what was going on. And they generally didn't know. They said, well, there's an important meeting going on. We don't know anything about it. We've just been told that no one can go up through this road any further than here. And they said, I think it's ending this afternoon and you'll be able to go up tomorrow or something. And these people were, in effect, guarding people they had no idea about. They had no idea what their agenda was, horrendous for their own families. And this is how it works. And we come back again, Alex, to what I was talking about earlier. It's not just those protesting about various injustices that need to get informed about how the whole thing works and how it's all connected. So do the people in dark suits and uniforms have to understand that they are cogs in a machine which is there to entrap their children and grandchildren. Indeed, in the timescale we're looking at, if we allow it to happen, even themselves, in an Orwellian global tyranny that would make, George Orwell kind of wince. And not only that, just look at Nazi Germany or communist Russia, Soviet Union, and then add some, and then some, and that's what you're looking at. Look at China, one of the blueprints for the global society tyranny they want.
Singapore.
Look at that. Then look your children in the eye, look yourself in the eye, and say, what am I doing?
Absolutely.
Contributing to this.
People need to get conscious and make decisions and get out of denial, because it's all out in the open now. They just got people to commit to denial, and so people don't want to feel like they were conned, and so people are now buying into torture, secret arrest, checkpoints, and one of the other big mind control systems is role-playing. Oh, it's just civil libertarians that don't like illegal checkpoints or warrantless blood draws. Oh, it's just activists that don't like these wars. Oh, it's just, well, I'm not an activist. Well, I'm not a... People need to see themselves in the role of getting informed, and then as they grow, informing others, because this is a life and death situation. Here's my last point that we're going to jam in a few phone calls from folks that have been patiently holding. Ron, Jack, Richard, and John. We'll just have time to get to those. But TSA invades roads, highways with Viper checkpoints. They've got 9,000 locations with telescreens going up in shopping malls, Walmart, saying, watch your neighbors. They're approaching every professional I know, my dad, doctors he knows, saying, spy on your neighbors for us. We're Homeland Security. They are rolling out something by every historical yardstick that is super tyranny. And some people are waking up, others are waking up and getting scared, and others are just saying, this is freedom. Warrantless wiretapping, drones, the government taking veterans' death benefits. I mean, it's just, we're already living in incredible looting and stealing that's going on, and they want us to not trust each other and spy on each other instead of looking up the mountain at the globalist. They're the ones we should be watching.
Exactly. And it's, we were talking about just now. I call it labeling. They label people so that you're all, if you like, tarred with the same brush. This is what this Southern Poverty Law Center was trying to do, and the ADL do when they talk about, you believe this, oh, you're a far-right extremist. Of course, what we're looking at again with the spy on your neighbor is just what we were talking about a few minutes ago. There are too few of them to control and keep surveillance on the population, so they have to get the target population to keep surveillance on each other. This is how it's working, divide and rule on a massive scale.
The beast is trying to replicate itself and build the army it needs. That's why we've got to build our army of awakening now so people recognize it.
That's it. And the other thing you mentioned, a very relevant point, is embarrassment. Hey, people, if you believe the world was a certain way and now you're starting to realize it was nothing like that, nothing to be embarrassed about. From cradle to where you are now, you have been bombarded through your education system, through the media, day after day, minute by minute, with a certain view, an information source that tells you certain things are true about yourself, the world, and how it works. And therefore, don't be embarrassed about the fact that you bought it, because almost anyone would buy it. Instead of that, celebrate the fact that you have broken out of it, and let's move on. Instead of, no, it can't be like that because I must have been wrong earlier in my life. We're all wrong earlier in our life until we start to understand what's going on. So get used to it and get on with it.
Absolutely. I liken it to a neighbor who you ask to water your plants, and you come back and your jewelry's all stolen. And then you go, well, it couldn't have been them that did it. And then you have them watch your house again, and now your TV gets stolen and your computer. Pretty soon you stop having that neighbor watch your stuff. We've just been trained to accept government mega corporations raping and robbing us. Wake up, get off your knees, get out of your trance. Ron in New York, you're on the air with David Icke. We're going through to 30 after, and then we're going to let him go in about 10 minutes. He's been gracious. Go ahead, Ron.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My call today, and I'd like to get both of your opinions on this, deals with the mayor of New York City latest foray into intruding into Arizona with basically hired contract agents.
Yeah, for those that don't know, they're going to gun shows, doing private sales, telling people, oh, my gosh, we bought guns without a background, knowing that people don't know that it's legal to sell a gun to your neighbor. And what is Bloomberg getting ready to run for president doing? Suing gun manufacturers, going to Arizona, and I meant to get to that. I'm glad you brought it up, Ron. Running around trying to take our guns. Please continue, Ron. But, David, why do they want our guns so bad?
Well, again, it seems to be a theme today. Shades of grey and being streetwise. Personally, I don't own guns. I don't want to own a gun and all the rest of it, and I don't want to resist with guns. I want to resist with non-violent mass non-cooperation to stop the system working. However, on another level, they know that there's lots of people that are quite okay with using guns to resist. And of course, if you want to take over from take over a country of people, then if they're not armed, from your point of view, that is much more, applicable or something you want rather than